Plate number 5. Public transport, street level. Use both hands to fill the plate in front of you. You will find surfaces with different textures which protrude from the surface of the plate in different heights. They represent the carriageways of roads, pavements, and buildings. Recognize the different surfaces. In the bottom right-hand corner, you will find a frame containing a QR code. You can scan it with your mobile phone and listen to the description of this plate whenever you want. As you may have noticed, the four corners of the plate are covered with yellow, wavy, protruding surfaces. This wavy surface resembles the shape of traditional roof tiles and represents the roof surface of apartment blocks. Between these blocks is a large intersection where two large roads meet. A tram also runs on the horizontal road and a bus on the vertical road. This intersection has another special feature. It has a total of 10 exits that lead to an underground hall where you can get to an underground train. However, you can also use the underpass to cross the road safely. We will explore the underground hall on the next plate. But now let's take a closer look at this complex intersection. How many lanes are there at this intersection? Let's explore the intersection and the lanes. Let's start with the road coming from below. Between the apartment blocks on the left and right, you can feel a continuous white line right in the middle. This is the dividing line between the two 3-lane roads that cross each other. Under your left and right hand, you feel two white broken lines between which the lanes are located. Next to the lanes on the left and right, you feel a narrow, smooth grey area of pavement. There is a bus stop on each of the pavements, which you feel as a rough red line. As there is no zebra crossing, you have to use the underpass to get to the other side. Instead of crossing the road, you have to cross underneath it. Under your right hand, the entrance to the underpass is marked with the letter C in Braille, which you can feel at the bus stop as a small staircase placed in a square next to the letter. Under your left hand, the entrance to the underpass is marked with the letter D in Braille. You can feel the entrance as small steps, which are also placed there on the bus stop, in a small square next to the letter. On the plate, we are talking about the entrances leading into the underpass, but all of them are also exits, because you can get out of the underpass anywhere through them. The block of houses on the left has a sloping corner. There you find another exit marked with the letter E. The block of houses on the right also has an atypical shaped corner, where you find a second entrance to the subway in a square with steps on the pavement leading around the apartment blocks to the right edge of the plate. This is entrance B. The pavement that runs past the apartment blocks near the center of the plate is located on the very large road that forms the horizontal part of the intersection. Scan this part of the plate up to the top of the plate. On the pavement of the two apartment blocks, you feel a parking area bounded by a continuous white line, followed by the road divided into two lanes by a broken white line. Then, on the left, there is a tram stop in the narrow grey area marked by a red jagged line. Next to the stop is the letter F in Braille, which marks the entrance to the underpass to the right of the stop. Then there are four continuous white lines of the two tram tracks. Between the two tracks, the direction of travel of the tram changes, as does the direction of travel of the vehicles on the carriageway, which is divided into two lanes by a broken white line. Then there is a parking area bounded by a continuous white line and the pavement at the small apartment block at the very top of the plate. There are also two entrances to the underpass at the corner of this apartment block. One is labeled with the letter G and the other with the letter H. The entrances to the subway can also be found here next to the letters G and H as steps placed in a square. If you want to go back from here to the apartment block below, you would not necessarily have to use the subway on this side of the junction to cross under the road. Near the left edge of the plate, you will feel short white lines, one above the other, representing the zebra crossing leading to the bus stop and then to the pavement by the large apartment block. Now return upwards to the entrance to the underpass marked with the letter H. If you want to continue to the block of houses in the right corner of the plate, you have to use one of the two exits into the underpass, as there is no zebra crossing here. You come out of the subway at the opposite corner at the letter I. There are also two entrances to the subway at the corner of this block of houses. One is labeled with the letter I and the other with the letter J. The entrances to the underpass can also be found here next to the letters I and J as stairs placed in a square. If you want to go to the tram stop that goes in the opposite direction, you can get off the underpass at the letter J and use the zebra crossing marked by short white lines on top of each other, or you can get off the metro at the letter A at the tram stop. The zebra crossing takes you to the apartment blocks at the bottom of the plate. Following the zebra crossing, you cross 4 white lines representing the 2 tram tracks and then 2 lanes of the road. Watch out! The direction of travel changes again between the 2 tram tracks. Continue along the zebra crossing, which is interrupted by a continuous white line separating the road from a parking lane. At the end of the zebra crossing, you will come to the pavement where, as at every corner of the junction, there are 2 exits to the underground. These are marked with the letters B and C. At the bottom right of the pavement is another apartment block. As you can see, the upper left corner has been cut out. Now walk around the whole intersection, from one block to the next, combining the pedestrian lanes with the pedestrian subway, using the places marked with letters sometimes as the entrance to the underpass, sometimes as the exit from the underpass. You can find out what it looks like under the road junction on the next plate.